Hey guys, welcome to Transform Your Food in Minutes. Today's focus is going to be breakfast on the go. So the number one thing that I hear from people is that either they don't want to make this really complicated breakfast in the morning because they don't have the time, or they don't have the appetite and they want something like sweet and sort of dessert-like, which, I mean, let's be honest, who doesn't want something sweet when they wake up? But you need something healthy, you need something balanced with protein, fiber, that's going to keep you going and, last you till lunch so that you're not like at 10:30, gnawing your arm off at your desk and then reaching for the donuts. What's the solution? My breakfast in a jar. It's really, really, really simple and incredibly nourishing. So, what you need is a jar, and I like to do a bigger jar because I have a bigger appetite and I like to eat, so there you go. First step is you need a non-dairy milk. I'm using almond milk. This is an unsweetened almond milk from Whole Foods, but you could use rice milk, you could use flax milk, you could use coconut milk, you could use regular milk, whatever you want. It's basically a liquid is what you're looking for. I'm going to use a half a cup on the bottom of the jar. So we're going to build our spices and then add our dry ingredients on top of this so that they can absorb, because this is an overnight jar and they're absorbing. The next step is chia seeds. So I love chia seeds. They're pretty affordable. I got these at Market Basket, which is like a local supermarket for me, and they were, under $3, and there's so many of them. And these seeds expand when you put liquid to them, so they get very large, and they're also really high in protein. So 3 tablespoons is 5 grams of protein, and there's fiber, and they have omega-3s. It's like, what? You gotta use these. I use a full tablespoon right in the bottom, and then you stir it up. So let's say you don't have chia seeds. An alternative that you could use is a flax seed. So this is also vegan, high protein, high fiber sort of substitute. This is milled. Keep it in your fridge because it can go rancid. Anything with fat, nuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, keep it in your fridge for a longer shelf life. And it's the same thing. When you put this into a liquid, it's going to expand and become thick. So you can actually use these as egg replacers. You'll see that in some vegan recipes. So we have our chia seeds on the bottom, and you want to, swirl it a little bit so that the chia seeds get into the liquid, because we're looking for them to expand overnight when we put it in the fridge. I'm doing an apple cinnamon jar, so I'm going to use some cinnamon, but you can use different spices so that you can mix it up. You could do a chocolate, raw cocoa, raw cacao, and mint. You could use a peppermint extract and then vanilla protein powder, so it's like a chocolate mint. You could do raspberries, you could do strawberries and vanilla with some green tea in there. Get creative, and you can mix it up every single day and have a different breakfast and be super fun. And you can do this in an assembly line. So you do this on Sunday night, set up all your jars, set up all your ingredients, bam, 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 bam. You have breakfast for the whole week, and you're going to be rocking it out. All right, so a half a teaspoon of your spice of choice, I find, is a good ratio. You're going to mix it up. And now you're going to add your sweetener. So you could use honey, you could use maple syrup, you could use brown rice syrup, you could use liquid stevia. I'm going to use a powdered stevia. This is from Sweet Leaf people, and I like this because there's no corn derivatives, there's no maltodextrin. It's a pure leaf that I respond really well with. So you add your sweetener to the bottom. And next you're going to add your fruit. So this is where you can, switch it up, but the proportion is about a 1/4 cup of chopped fruit. So I have an organic Honeycrisp apple, and I'm, a heaping 1/4 cup, and that's going to go in the bottom. Stir it up. And then next, we're layering here. You want to use a yogurt. So you could use cow milk, goat milk, rice milk, soy milk. There's so many options out there. Today I'm using a coconut milk. This is a cultured coconut milk. I got this at Trader Joe's. And I'm using a half a cup of the yogurt. And that's going to go right in the bottom. So depending upon what type of yogurt you use, there's different protein levels. So if you're using a cow's milk, there's going to be obviously more protein. The coconut yogurt doesn't have much in it. So I'm actually going to add a tablespoon of my favorite protein powder of choice, which is rice protein. This is from Nutribiotic. It's actually a little bit more affordable than, let's say, Sun Warrior. It's lighter, it's sprouted, and it's 12 grams of protein for 1 heaping tablespoon, which is incredible. And it's very light, so it's only 60 calories. So I'm going to use a heaping tablespoon. This is a vanilla. It's a naturally flavored protein powder. We're going to add that and stir it up. So this is going to get thicker overnight and bigger. Now, I like to add some nuts just because I like the fiber, I like the textural contrast, and I think it adds, you know, another dimension of flavor. I'm going to use a tablespoon of sunflower seeds. It's going to go right in there. Stir it up. And at this point, you could top it off with a little bit more almond milk, which I'm actually going to do right now, just under the brim, just so it's still nice and thick. And I like to give it a little taste at this point before I put it in the fridge overnight, just to check my seasoning, like my sweetener and the spices or whatever I'm using. My goodness, it's so good already. Alright, so all you're going to do, put the cover on. I could get it on there. Put it in your fridge. Let it sit overnight. And tomorrow morning you're going to wake up. You're going to have a kick-in breakfast. It's going to be high in protein, super rich in nutrients. It has protein, fat. It's going to last you all the way to the afternoon. And you're going to call me up and be like, Caitlin, why wasn't I doing this earlier? So join me next time on Transform Your